We Culture comes to you compliments Puppets and Grenada Paper Products, manufacturers of Royal, Horizon and Quick and Easy paper towels and napkins.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
The croton scale insect, a new threat to our agricultural production, is now creating major damage to several plants. Mango, soursop, plums, guava, avocado, and crotons are among the main ones affected. Excessive sooty mold, black blight, is associated with this pest. Take action now. Cut and burn infested fruits and shoots. Do not move infested materials to other areas. Treat with horticultural oils and recommended insecticides. Request assistance from the Ministry of Agriculture. Follow all safety protocols when burning trash or applying pesticides. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to We Culture. It is Friday, the 8th day of October 2021, and of course, tonight, as always, we've got a great one lined up for you. For the past 2 weeks, we've been talking a lot about things that we consume. And I know they might want to tell me to use a proper word, but I might not. Yeah, we spoke of yam, we spoke of mango, breadfruit. And tonight we're talking about something that can, oh boy, how do I explain it? I mean, it is such a vital, such an important part of our life in Grenada that almost everything you do as it relates to food and all of that, it has to be included. But before I tell you, man, why are you looking cargo so tonight? What do you?
I don't looking cargo, I'm feeling cargo too.
Yeah.
I'm feeling cargo, but a day, man.
Yeah?
A day. Yeah, I'm batting.
You batting?
Batting.
Aye.
I'm looking forward. Let me stay up front that I'm not certain that I will make the full program. I may have to leave at night few calls, but we're back again. As you correctly said, you see culture. Sometimes people believe that we culture is so structured, but with all the unstructuredness, we have there's a better madness that and it's a series, and hopefully this would be probably the most intense of the series.
I believe that.
Yeah, I like that one. Because if I start to speak about that, you don't get attacked, it's not getting attacked, he's still getting attacked, and I forget the 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Dog, what happened, boy?
I want the new Scala Good Night would not finish at all.
Oh my God.
Why? You find you jealous because you're that man. Sometimes when you start to say good night, you're saying hello to.
He said, hold on. Scott had to say it good. He had to say it good. He had to say hello. He said in the request. He said in the request. He has a request program.
You put your kid nobody.
I'm here and you're all saying that in front of me, but if you want to yourself.
Well, we're lying though. You don't say request, what you say? Start to.
Good night to all the listeners. All there, we are here again. The team is here, and hopefully we're gonna light up your night. So we're ready to roll. We're ready to roll.
Right, the Queen.
Hey.
What are we on?
I I'm not as badly off as King, but I've been kind of under the weather during this week. Actually, it's been happening since the 7th of September, and we don't want anybody to get scared. We're in our COVID. Last time we checked, and as recent. But
okay.
Yeah, it seems like one of the persons who actually did the test for me said to me, Reece, you maybe you haven't realized, but everybody's just talking about COVID, but the Sahara dust is really affecting people. Some people who never used to have asthmatic conditions are having it now because the dust is really thick in the atmosphere and it's going to be there all weekend. So since the 7th of September, I've been experiencing these conditions. I've had to wear masks while I'm at home and all that. You can't open window. It's really difficult, especially when it comes to breathing. You're scared.
Yeah, Sarah dust can. So in other words, you still have to observe the protocols.
You can't even relax at home, not even in your yard space.
And Reece, so somebody tell me that the Sahara dust have sulfur in it now because it pass over some volcano. I don't know.
And we've had some explosions recently.
But the person who told me that is usually Barmount. I mean, it's not no fly by night. It's big important people are telling me that, and some volcano, the dust has a lot of sulfur in it.
Yeah, and there's all the talk about it could get lodged in your lungs and.
Yes. But at the same time, you have to be careful how you say it under the weather, especially with the kind of weather we have been experiencing now, because that may be taken to mean something else, And
W could easily be misinterpreted for L.
That's something when radio, that.
Anyway, let me
listen that could be you, boy.
Anyway, fellas, let's welcome our listeners of K105 FM and of course GBN Television, our YouTube viewers. Last week we had quite a bit of fun with our YouTube viewers and we're back with them this evening, but we have to apologize again this evening for our Facebook fans. Somehow we seem to be experiencing some difficulties with our Facebook stream. I'm very sorry about that, but there's nothing we can do from our end at this point. So the program is on YouTube. What we will be doing as well, we will send that stream to the We Culture page. So those of you on the We Culture page, you can definitely see it. You'll be seeing the YouTube link. But we'll be communicating with you definitely via the YouTube platform. And of course, we have the WhatsApp platform as well, where we'll be communicating with you. So we welcome you again, and we're ready to take off. So are you all here talking about who under the weather and...
Wait, before you go, just a suggestion though. I think at some time during the week, you mentioned that the Facebook page was on, but then it's off now. So I think like maybe midweek or sometime if he comes back on, it would be a good thing to just say, okay, guys, in case you cannot get us on Facebook on Friday night, tune into the YouTube channel. Because this happened twice, so at least
definitely. Okay.
Sorry for stopping your midstream.
No. I was going to tell Reece and Scholar they ain't feeling well, they're under the weather. But if they get a little coconut oil and mix a little rosemary in that little camphor and they rub some way, they're good to go. Scholar, what do you know about that?
So, you know some bad people, why these days, the among the kind of doctor you have as you. Doctor don't follow his science.
No. That remedy, that is original. Yeah. Why? Camphor and rosemary and coconut oil, that's original, you know. That let me tell you, if you have any cold in your head, that's good for any head cold, you know.
Yes.
Why, that might be so, Godfrey, but I believe that over time, even the camphor, no camphor again.
No camphor
again.
Everything is not the same.
Nobody coconut. The coconut oil working.
The coconut stand up strong, but the camphor again.
Definitely. And let me tell you, it don't matter if you sit down and plant the coconut tree or if you lie down, the coconut is the real thing. And I mean, coconut has so much uses. You know, fellas, I think coconut, when you look seriously at coconut is maybe the only thing that adds a flavor to anything that is unique and just fits in to everything,
It can be overpowering.
Yeah. Well, before you go there, and I know you would have to go there, but before you go there, I want to jump right into a piece of confusion because there is another confusion. I want to jump straight into the confusion. I don't want to give the confusion time to think, and I don't want to give that time so that could stop in the head and receive. Because I want the public to know that the four of us, right? We come here, but we plan our programs virtually. And just as how we have our confusion sometimes here, just a confusion that we just take from our planning virtually and bring it here. And so remember when we had the program about fisherman body and argue and with course. And Reece kick up and Reece get that, but they didn't know that Reece kick up and get that more.
For the whole week. Kick up. That was just the climax,
Kick up and get that. So usually we just start the thing, we just start the mass, and then we just finish the mass here.
That's just the end.
And there's a mass that we started in terms of the different aspects of the coconut itself. Right? So coconut, you have the jelly.
Right.
But first of all, you have the jelly, but that jelly without flesh. No, that is what you don't use sometimes to wash the eye and if you are that. Yes. Everybody looking for jelly because jelly, coconut jelly.
Yes.
Then you have the jelly with flesh, but it's nice soft flesh. You can cut a piece from the jelly itself. And it gives you that.
And that good for the back, eh? And that good for the back, eh?
Yeah.
That good for the back.
That good for the back. That back business.
That back business.
You know what I see they doing? They're taking that same jelly, that flesh, and they blending it and put nice thing in it and drink it as CMAS.
You do all kind of thing?
Yeah. I see they're doing that now. So that good for the back. Then you have the jelly, but the flesh hard. So you have to take it out with a spoon and eat it with sugar.
That's right.
I know in Chantimel we used to call that boule. Anything called boule. Then you have the coconut itself. The coconut is the when the coconut dry. The outside of the coconut dry and you have the shell inside it, and that first talk about
the iron shell.
Opening piece. Right, the iron shell with the water, but you have water in it. Now when the water dry from that coconut.
Just before you go, scholar, hold on. Just before you go, there's something we need to clear up. When you say you talk about the jelly water, now there's a difference between jelly water and coconut water. Because what they're selling now and calling coconut water, that's jelly water. Just want to make that clear.
They're selling, they don't sell coconut water.
Jelly water they're selling.
As a matter of fact, you won't believe it. When Vincent Krusha, I go and ask a man for jelly water.
You don't know what
I don't know what the hell I say. And then he kind of down on me, but let me agree. I don't understand this jelly water.
Yeah.
But it's coconut. So you have the dry the coconut that don't have the water dry. He call that candle. Candle. But the candle no. Don't the water dry up. But the coconut itself is still soft, right? And then when that coconut inside is dry, you don't have water is dry, or you could take your candle and dry it for yourself, then that becomes cooked. And that is how I know it. Livingston is Florida.
Yeah, doc. Let me hear you.
Let's start move.
There you go.
Well, for the week we had a quarrel. Confusion among us. And a certain individual that relocated to St. George seemed to say that he and his grandfather, since he started confusion about Peter, he and his grandfather used to make cupra.
Yeah.
Wifey on his side said, no. You can't make cupra.
Go ahead now, man. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Make all you talk, and when you all finish, then I go make all you shame. Talk you talk.
Cupra is when, and she explained, cupra is when the coconut itself, the inside, the fleshy part inside, dry. It has no water. It dry inside. So when you cut it, it comes out whole and nice. There is no water in it. That is cupra. And I further elaborated to say, if you actually cut the coconut, the dry coconut now, and you put it in the sun, you can also call that cupra. But I never know of anybody really making cupra.
Well, that's no. Let me come in now. That is how you make it. Now, what you saying about the coconut drying and the water, that is fine. I have no problem with that. But when you making cupra, because you make cupra, let me tell you what we used to do. My grandfather used to make the cupra. Now you cut the coconut. You don't remove the coconut from the iron shell. You just cut through the fiber, you crack it, and you put it to dry. When it's dried, the cupra falls, and sometimes it just comes out for itself. And that used to be sold to the soap factory in Tempe. That's how you could make cupra. You cut the coconut and you put it in the sun to dry. And let me tell you, you could just Google it, because Google know about it too. No, but on a serious note, you can actually make it. So you split the coconut. You don't remove it from the shell. You leave it in the fiber and the iron shell, and you put it in the sun.
I take it that you facilitate a faster drying process. That's what you.
But you see, it takes but it takes. Yeah, you cut it right through.
Process.
You cut it right through because you see if you
and you put it in the sun.
Yeah, to dry,
but
and that's how
you make it. So you make it. Leave me make it.
Yeah, that's how you make cupra.
My grandfather they make it.
Mr. So if you say Mr. Ferris make cupra.
Well, I know control used to put the cupra to dry.
Yes, but they had the what do you call it again, man?
The draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, the draw.
Definitely.
I guess when you take out the mace, when you take off the mace on the nutmeg and you put it in the sun, you make mace. You make mace. Mace.
No. There's a different. If you and them fellas have it up on the TV screen. All you can see it, but I could see it. They have it up on the TV screen. People watching it now. How you make the cupra? You put it to dry. Okay. I know about cupra, right? And I make sure.
Let me tell you, what Livingston and Reece calling cupra is candil.
Candil,
are you calling cupra?
That is cupra.
You you see when you remove from what I understand, when you remove it from the coconut, then it comes cupra, but now it's inside like candle.
You just giving him more air there, you know.
No. Listen to me. I make sure when all you talk this sort, I call my mother.
Oh gosh, Tanti.
And Tanti is Mr. Ferrell's daughter, so she know. She used to make up.
One thing, I will just jump ship here to mention Tanti. Yeah, I have to say publicly about Tanti, and I believe at that time she was really, really on the wrong side. Now, I just telling people that story because you bring up Tanti name. We were sportsmen, and Godfrey and I were competing fiercely. But one year, she felt that Godfrey had the better of Livingston. And for about a whole 2 months, not even a jelly Godfrey could drink. No coconut oil, nothing.
But this man just...
She said Godfrey go get shot.
What is that? Doc, you just come in and just land my mother on TV, so?
No. Okay. I told Godfrey last week what you said about your mother. Your mother tell you lie down week before and the coconut tree go.
Yeah, I asked my mother. I tell my mother what you say. So I tell her. I ask you. If you sit down and the trees are dwarf, if you lie down and plant it, what will happen? She said, tell me the tree just grow straight across her, and I believe that, and it's true.
I believe that Mr. Ferrell told her.
And she tell me?
But she didn't say that. Yeah, when she tell what Mr. Ferrell said.
Nah. I find you jumping on my mother and my grandfather, too much in the dark. And mind you, let me tell you that them coconut tree that grow lie down so. You getting better cupra from daddy, best cupra.
Oh, no, who tell him that?
Scholar, you know that?
Daddy better cupra.
Daddy better cupra.
So you give up already?
Oh, no, that's all it.
I realize if Godfrey said jump, Scholar asking how high.
Nah, that is true. No, that is true. That is true. Well, let me tell you, I opened the telephone line early, you know, and people will call and explain to all that they could make cupra and all kind of thing, you know. But Scholar, on that Doc and them know, on that Doc and Reece know is Kakakoko.
Oh, what are you? When you write that for me, watch me, I read Kakakoko, but I read something else.
Doc, what is Kakakoko?
I think that was insulting.
No, you don't know.
I really don't know. Really? I don't know when you make the oil and what you scrape out in the butter. I don't know, Scholar. I really don't know.
Okay, that's sarcasm right there.
Anyway, let's go to the telephone early. We have a caller on the line. We culture, good evening.
I after I'm from Tempe, my name is Melbourne from Tempe. Well, after I made the coconut oil and they get hard, you call it caca. And they get hard, they call it caca. But I don't hear anybody talking about Coca-Cola with the jelly. You blend the jelly when it's hard, and you put milk in it. But before you put the milk, you put a pinch of salt, and you blend it, and then you put in excess milk. You call that Coca-Cola. That's selling like hard bread and butter. Coca-Cola, you call that. So I'm giving a real hit tonight.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. The copper now, they have to make it.
You know, as she mentioned about the Coca-Cola, right?
Coca-Cola, we call it. It's a Spanish drink. Coca-Cola, it's a Spanish drink. That's nice, you know, boy. Real nice. You put a pinch of salt in it first. After you blend it, the hard jelly, not too hard, but after blending, you put a pinch of salt. You must put a pinch of salt to keep away so they don't grab you. So you're getting the taste of the coconut when you put the pinch of salt, and then you put in excess milk, and then you add the water and etc. But that's selling like hard bread and butter. This copper you're talking about now, like you said, for the soap factory in Tempe, is a Belgian man that make the meal for the pig. They call it the meal. The meal to make and get them brown to give the pig, and put it to soak. To give the pig to make a meal. Okay? So, okay then. All
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes. Godfrey, I was saying that as you mentioned that, it brought me back to a bit of, in my studies, one of the topics that I did, one of the products that I chose to do a topic on was coconut milk. And in doing the research, I found out that it is a superfood, that we know. But it is also something that it is an energy drink. It is a sports drink. So you have like PepsiCo having PepsiCo One, that is coconut water packaged. You have Vita Coco, I think that is Red Bull. And you also have Coca-Cola having, I think it's Zico they call it. And these are packaged. There's also Grace Kennedy right in the Caribbean here that package coconut water as well. It comes in boxes and stuff like that. Now the shelf life is really low when it comes to coconut water. So, you know, when it's packaged like that, it goes through a certain process so that it can last a little while. But there's nothing that beats coconut water out of a jelly. Even in Grenada, we see that we are bottling coconut water. We are selling them at $10, $3, $6, however.
And you tell us jelly water and not coconut water?
Jelly water. Right. And then you find that that you have the choice of drinking it straight from a bottle, or you can have the jelly cut, punctured, and you're using it with a straw.
You don't puncture the jelly, Reece, you boss it.
Okay, you boss it, and you have a straw, and you don't need a straw. No, let me tell you. The last time I came in the market with you, I had coconut jelly, and I couldn't do the head because sometimes it leaks and it ends up on your clothes and your clothes get stained. So you ask for... No, I can't take my clothes getting stained. So you ask for a drinking straw.
You see, that is because they don't cut in the hole properly, you know. They have to
directly above, not sideways. It would only fall sideways.
She might drink it. She might put it jelly by here, so by the side of she might, so.
Listen, all I can say what all you want to know. Maybe it's a skillfulness of the person who cut it. Don't even try that.
You know, old people used to drink Coke, so.
And holiday, Coke's on holiday. And mind you, it's not a Coke, you know, it's a Cokes. It's a Cokes. You put on the side, you're drinking in style.
We have to take a break, or we're going until 9.
Let's take the break here. I hope my guys are ready. So let's take the break quickly, and then we'll come back in a moment. So that's folks, don't go anywhere.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maple.
Have at least a 3
3-month supply of prescribed medications on hand in the event of an emergency or disaster. Keep medications in a sealed, labeled container that you can carry with you at a moment's notice if you need to evacuate. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
Government, private sector, civil society, academia, farmers, the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, invites you to World Food Day 2021, the virtual edition, under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life. Join us October 15 from 9:30 a.m. via Zoom, Facebook, GIS, and Real FM as we recognize and celebrate the many successes of the agriculture sector.
Message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance round the maypole.
Okay, welcome back, folks. It's We Culture. Let's go straight to the telephone because it's been going. We Culture, good evening.
Godfrey, good night.
Good evening.
Reece, good night. Scholar, good night. How is everybody doing?
We're doing good. Mm-hmm.
Good.
All right. So,
except Scholar.
Oh, the Scholar had the COVID.
You see?
Scholar, only pulling your legs, boy.
He doesn't.
Scholar, smile. Godfrey. You're right with the cupra, you know.
I know.
When you cut the coconut, you're not supposed to take out the coconut from the shell. You're supposed to leave the coconut in the shell and let it dry. And when the coconut ready, it's coming out for itself. Right? That is how I know. That is how I see my grandmother used to do it. And I'm sure you don't remember. You have special time for making coconut oil. When you make the coconut oil in the full moon.
Full moon.
Mm-hmm. Growing up, my grandmother used to say you don't make coconut oil when it's full moon, because the caca. You know why is the caca? Or we just call the caca. We used to line up to get and the cocoa leaf to eat. When mommy make the coconut oil, she used to put the caca and the cocoa leaf for us, and we used to eat that. And we used to take it and grease one another's skin with it. But when you make coconut oil in full moon, you just get big pieces of caca. But when you make it coming up at the moon, you're getting a lot of coconut oil. Sometimes you get a whole 3-4 bottles of oil based on the amount of coconut you grind. And I remember my grandmother used to always say that you don't use grafted coconut to make coconut oil because you don't yield a lot. That's what I remember about the coconut oil and the cupra and them type of thing. And the cupra, we used to take it and sell it in Tempe to make the blue soap. That's what I remember about the coconut and the oil.
All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. So, Doc, let me hear now.
Well, let me get some background. I think coconut is like the magic ingredient. I mean, it was used by parents in particularly holidays to ensure that we ate food that we did not like, food that was difficult to digest. So coconut, the coconut milk, it was like adding a little meat, adding a little liquid, adding some magic, some taste, something. Some children may not like maybe rice, or they may not like the peas, but the coconut with rice and peas definitely enhance the taste a lot. You steam down in the days when meat was shot. You know, you had only like a callaloo or so on the side with your banana provision, with breadfruit and fig in that pot. You use coconut, and it made it a lot easier for you to eat that. Or people like me who, I really didn't like block or so, because in the days gone by, our parents used to cook only full blogger. If we didn't have anything like with coconut milk, it was really difficult. So coconut, in a sense, allow parents to some leeway to waddle through their poverty, to make do with what they had. So coconut, in just using the coconut milk, was like this magic ingredient in food. Apart from that, you get the oil. We use coconut oil until they start telling us they wanted to replace that with soya bean oil and corn oil, and they give us all kind of old story about the shortbread and those things. But I think the coconut, last week when we were looking at breadfruit, I thought like the breadfruit was this magic food and evolved and it grew with the culture. But when I think a lot now about coconut, I find coconut seem to be this master food, this master ingredient that did it all. So I just wanted to say that, apart from what we call steam now, what we call fricassee, those foods and apart from the individual food that we use, coconut just enhance everything.
Oh yeah, you can put coconut, I mean, in any and everything. The coconut bake is a favorite. People use the coconut milk to make bread. They use it. You make buns. I mean, we can sit here and talk about, I mean, all the kind of things that you can use coconut for. And it is indeed a wonder food and a magic food.
I think in the break, Reece had a whole list. She was identifying with coconut again.
But before we go to some of the foods, there was something I heard, and I am not too sure, so I stand corrected. When you're making the oil, now what we know, you grate your coconut, you strain it, and you leave it overnight. And the next morning you skim and you. But have you heard of people making the oil the same day?
Yeah. A lot of people do it the same day. You grate the coconut and you don't always have to leave it for overnight. They do it the same day.
But you don't get the amount of cream that you would get if you leave it overnight.
I really don't know. I read that one. I don't know.
I doubt. You see, just as how this lady say, you have something moon for real oil and less cocoa and moon to get more cocoa and less. I feel if you don't leave it, that look as a recipe for less oil and more cocoa back.
Yeah, what about
but
hold on.
The process how you get the oil too, because I think there's something you call like virgin coconut oil. There's the oil that you extract where you don't use the fire, the heat and the thing, and there's the one where you use the fire. So the ones that I've seen like in Canada, it's considered like pure and wasn't extracted using fire. It's a whole different process. And I think they call it a virgin coconut oil. So there's all these different processes in terms of how you extract oil from coconut.
But you know,
let me tell you something. Hold on, let me tell you something, Rishi. White man always like to tie up tea. Why? Do they like to tie up tea? Coconut oil, you have to think the thing with fire. Don't bother.
But and let me tell you, not just any fire, you know. You can go and cook coconut oil on stove and thing, you know. You have to go and look for wood and light. You have to cook it outside. But hold on, Doc, hold on. You know, we talking, and a million things keep going through my mind. Because let me ask Colin that one. You know, when you're making oil, nothing and wasting, Because first, you when you peel a coconut, that fiber shell that is to bake. When you break the coconut, you pour the water in a bucket and chew it, and then you take your iron shell in one place, so you have your coconut water in a bucket. Your fiber shell for your oven and what. The water that they break and they have in a bucket, what are you to do with its color?
I don't understand the bucket though. Like, why are you making this look as if like it's so much water?
When you're making oil, what do you mean? When you're making oil, when you're making oil, it is 30 and 40 coconut, you know. If you want to get, hold on. Let me ask you a question, Reece. Major question here. How much coconut you have to get to give you a bottle of oil? How much coconut? How much coconut giving you a bottle of oil?
Count auntie.
No, shut up. Ask already.
Is how much coconut?
I don't know. I've never made oil. I've watched my mother make oil, but I know you, Godfrey, never make no oil either. How much? Tell us how much.
Why don't we see?
See how you hit it in the on the head hard, so.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know. But let me tell you something. To get a bottle of oil, you need.
You won't tell me be careful about oil.
To get a bottle of oil, and I'm talking about the reasonable size coconut. I ain't talking about coconut like Livingston head, them that giving you a lot of the oil. You're talking about a reasonable size coconut. You need 25 coconut to give you a bottle of oil, and you might get a little bit, a little more.
Godfrey, joke you making. You know how much for a bottle of oil, Godfrey? Now
25.
No.
Coconuts to give you a bottle of oil.
Let me tell you something. A bottle right now, coconut oil is selling for about roughly $40, $35, $40.
43.
Just recently, a bottle of coconut oil was $25, $30. 25 coconut give you average 2.5 to 3 bottles of oil. 25.
Then you mix that. What Livingston you mix that with water?
Livingston. As a child, when I used to go to the market with my father as a child, you know how much was for a bottle of coconut oil?
$12.
$6. In the marketing go of $6, and he used to buy 3 bottles of coconut oil every Saturday.
No.
I go to buy coconut oil $43.
25 coconut and give you 2 bottles.
Somebody that makes oil with corn, but I'm telling you.
Yeah. But anyway, before I ask you a question, about the water.
Yeah, but before I answer the question, I have to weigh in it. Because now I don't know for a fact how much coconut giving you a bottle of oil, but based on the economies of scale and the economics involved, I believe Godfrey wrong on that one.
No, I'm wrong.
25.
I'm wrong. But let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me tell you. Remember.
Hold on.
Remember.
You don't like. You might like, but you might have different battle. So you could have battle. You could have battle Reece size and me size too.
So hold on.
And then you could have.
Well, you're right. Battle. Yeah, you're right. So Doc, what battle are you talking about?
Your size?
Regular class code size.
Yeah. What? No. I catch you all again. Let's go to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Godfrey.
Yes.
Can coconut giving you a bottle of oil, a Claxcoat bottle?
Oh, God.
10 coconut giving you a bottle of oil. And Scholar is right. What I said is that if you set the oil overnight, you can boil that same ingredients. You leave the water and what we call the caca, you boil that over again. So 10 coconut could give you a bottle, a Claxcoat bottle, and a half of oil, because I make oil here for my home use all the time. 10 coconut giving you a bottle. Pardon me?
The 750 ml. Yes.
Yes. You give 10 coconut giving you a bottle of coconut oil, and then if you set it overnight, you're taking that same water and you're boiling over the caca, and you're getting maybe a half bottle again. Coconut oil, you have to boil oil based on, because I remember my grandmother say, based on the moon. You see, 3 days after full moon, after new moon, the coming up of the moon. So more the moon, the oil yield. I don't know what was the science in that for them. I don't know what was the science in that for the old people, but I grew up with my grandparents and my mother, and that was the living, making coconut oil. So that is what I know about the coconut. And coconut, you use coconut oil for. A ladies made a point about the when we cut the jelly, some of us we throw away the meat. That make a very good smoothie. You take the meat and you put it in your bullet. You put a little honey and you put a little whatever you want to put, and you make a very nice smoothie. Very good. Very healthy. Very healthy.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Yeah. Again, verification. I ain't ready to throw me towel yet.
We don't know about Godfrey. That is what I was on the bridge. What you know the
why is water under the bridge?
Well, we have to go back and
Mr. Man, you don't know bridge yet.
Let's go back to the telephone. We call you. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Feel like
the coconut. 25 coconuts make 2 bottles of oil. That's what I know. And you could make, as Rishi said, the virgin oil. When you grate the coconut and set it, the morning when you get up, you take out the cream on the top, and under it you see a lot of oil. That will be the virgin oil. You take it out and it fry as anything else, as regular oil.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Rishi, let's take some. I'm noticing quite a few comments on the YouTube. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, on YouTube. So we have Mabel is saying good night to the panel, listening from the Bronx. Feel better, Reece, and she didn't know that Scholar was not feeling well, so feel better, Scholar. Valerie Renwick is saying the best thing is copra boiled in cane juice syrup. We didn't know that. Valerie's also saying it's funny you're talking coconut, because I was saying that should be the next topic. And yes, Val, when we came off the program last Friday, I did mention that you had suggested that, and we thought that it was a great idea for our next program. So yes, you would have contributed to what we are speaking about tonight. She's saying also that coconut bat, coconut straw hats, coconut beauty products, cooking products, and many more. And yes, those are a lot of things that coconut is that is made from coconut. The virgin oil is squeezed, the other is boiled. So yeah, I think we're very clear on that right now. She's also saying bottle of oil, I pay $48 in the supermarket. See, so it's going further up. Ruth Romaine is saying coconut flex for kite, rooms, mattress, hats, straw house, firewood, oil, milk, water. I think they're in front of us tonight, guys. Gloria is saying once upon a time, they downplayed coconut oil, saying it gave short breath, but it's a boss now. Mr. Coconut oil is $35 to $40 for a 16-ounce bottle. And Hannah Phillip is saying 12 coconut gives you a bottle of oil. With 25, you will be able to get 2.5. Godfrey. Now, Gloria is saying, correction, 26-ounce bottle, not 16. So that's it for the YouTube chat for now.
Right. My mother say, to get...
Don't lie on your mother.
Hey, to get a bottle of oil, you need 10 coconut.
Okay.
That's what my mother say.
Right. Okay.
And my mother always right. My mother always right. So,
she's cool.
But you see, you see now, I think I was thinking about them. You know them bottles who sell cider and things in Scotland? The big cider bottle.
You're talking about 25 boo-boo.
No, I was thinking about the big cider bottles.
There we say bottle like you.
You know, a point I wanted to make was that I think this when you get a real oil down, you know at the bottom, I don't know if you ever really eat. Well, Scholar may not know about that now. We probably heard about that. But when you get a real oil down, you actually get oil in the food. So
that's why they call it oil down?
Of course, yeah. Doc, you have to stop that kind of thing. Doc, I find Doc, the way Doc said, hold on. The way Doc said that I find oil, Doc does drain all that oil to do something with it, you know. Doc, I find he said that with such conviction. I feel after the oil, he does drain all that oil.
You know, 9 out of 10 places you go with oil up, there is no oil. I guarantee that ingredient. 9 out of every 10 places you go to eat oil up, there is no oil. So I emphasize.
You must oil.
You don't have oil?
You must have the oil.
No man, they have coconut thing. You don't have oil. You don't make oil, you don't have to make oil.
You know what?
Anyway,
Alright, I have some comments on the
water-based food. You don't have oil.
I have some comments on the WhatsApp. So someone is saying, good night, We Culture team. Hope you all had a great week and ready for an exciting show tonight. I know you guys touch different topics every Friday, but to make the program most interesting, I think you should give your viewers and listeners the topic for the week so we can do our own research and help give our 2 cents also. But for all, it's a great program and I look forward to it. So that's what that's. Huh?
We concur.
Right.
We concur with the viewer.
Right. Yeah. Someone says the man who's selling coconut water in bottle, mixing it half his water. When you ask them to sell you, from the nut, they're telling you it finished.
Godfrey, I have a question.
Yeah.
The person that say that, is that the pig person, the dog person? Is it the dog person that's saying that?
No, there's a different.
Is that the dog person?
No, yeah, there's a 718 area code.
Okay.
Somebody say Godfrey, cider bottle whole quarter gallon. Somebody said 25 coconut will give you 3 bottles of oil. Then someone says 25 coconuts will give you approximately 3 bottles of oil. 7 coconuts will give you 1 bottle of oil. Well, I guess that depends on the size of the coconut.
The size of the coconut, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it depends on a lot of things.
And the moon.
The moon, the process,
so,
whether it's virgin.
Doc, Ashley say, good night. Nelson, what oil you use to bake oil dog? That you want to do?
What?
Ashley Cummings want to know what oil you use to bake the oil dog. To get all this oil. Alright.
So you know, after the coconut boil, you go down, you just get oil at the bottom of the
Somebody say, Godfrey, I really thought you knew what you was talking about with this 25 coconut. You talk with real confidence. Auntie should put her What do you mean?
That is why I was telling Doc, you don't know preach.
Well, I tell you, I was thinking about you know,
a bigger bottle.
Yeah, the cider bottle. But you know, guys, coconut is some. You know, when we spoke of yam, we spoke about fellas Them men that is going to thief yam. You know, that is a trade. Yeah. But I believe coconut is the most thiefed item, if that is a word. What is it?
But no. It's a lot of guys thief coconut, but it's not the most. You know what coconut? You know, Godfrey, think thief. Think about thieving.
Why am I think about thieving, Livingston?
You know what it is to go and collect 40 coconuts? Yeah. You know how difficult it is? How many different trees, so you have to peel it and bring it and carry it.
But let me tell you, no. Watch. You have to be skilled. Hold on, let me tell you. You remember Zab, right?
Yes, I remember Zab.
But that man was, let me tell you. When that man go and get coconut, he climb a tree with the bag, he cutlass and everything. He picking it, he peeling it, and he put it in the bag on top of the tree. In fact, once he go in a man land in bamboo and thief coconut. The man come in the land and all he seen coconut shell falling down, but he can't see nobody. Only coconut shell, so he decided, nah. Whoever they on top there, he killing that tree. My partner on the tree realized water more than flour. Can't come down because the other one there under the tree cutlass sharp. When he see well he can do nothing, he take his bag with the coconut, he throw it over his shoulder, he cut 2 coconut branch, he put it under his arm and he fly across the next man land, you know. And let me tell you, the man land, he flying, the man used to live by the cemetery, so I ain't calling name, because them people are never but that is serious thing. Serious thing.
Well, that is part of our mythology.
No, that's not mythology. That is facts. Facts. I mean, you have people when they thief in coconut, they have special skills in thieving coconut. You know?
Well, after our program last week, Mr. Lydian Francis, he said a farmer concluded that the coconut does not drop on the ground, though. It just drop up in the air. No matter how much time you go under the tree, you can't see no coconut. So he concluded the coconut don't falling down anymore. Coconut falling down.
Can't get. I think we have to take our final break now. So let's take it, and then when we come back, we'll engage some more of our callers and continue the discussion. So stay with us, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Kindly greasy pole, and we don't dance on the maypole.
One passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back indeed. Let's just go to our WhatsApp platform. We have some comments here. Someone asked, Godfrey, why they stop making blue soap in Grenada? I don't know. Someone says the coconut plant is a wonder plant. Every part of it is useful. For fire, to cook or bake. The trunk was used for making house posts. The fiber was used for making mattress. The leaves for roofing, and the flex for making kite. Indeed. And of course, Doc, we used to take the branch to make bat when we played cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, it was one of the favorite for us using bat. Guys used to take the flex also to make like the bow and arrow.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The kite, flexi kite.
Well, flexi kite is, definitely, that was a big thing. Still is.
Yeah, still is, yeah. So he has a lot of use. You see.
Well, we talk about even as we're on the branch, the coconut branch is used for decorative purposes too. People would cut them into, sizes to add to floral arrangements. Also for things like Palm Sunday, they would do the weaving of the leaves on the branches to get it into this designed kind of fan-looking thing. And so yeah, I know that in Fish Friday, when it would have just started, we used to use a lot of coconut branches to put against the poles of the tent to make it look kind of beach themed while you're on the street. So the coconut branch has a lot of use. The fiber, people use the fiber to wash dishes, as people would have pointed out before, mattresses, to make broom. You remember the fiber broom?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's quite a number of things that they use the fiber for. The hard shell is used to make cutlery dishes, like cups. I've seen champagne glasses made out of coconut shell. Lamp shades, yes, the ones that you put the holes and the decorative holes and stuff in, that you put in like your veranda, your patio, those things. Even inside buildings, you go to certain restaurants and you see their lighting is dimmed by these coconut pieces that they do. There's the jewelry that you make, the bangles, the pendants, the earrings, necklaces, even the jelly, and there's different textures to it, because the green one, the yellow jelly, right? They would use that to make jewelry that is of a different look. It is not as brown. It looks kind of lighter in color, sort of tannish, right? And then there's the dark, the hard one, or the brown one that comes out very brown, that you don't even have to stain it. Once you put the clay on top of it, the real color just show up through it. So we have quite a bit of craft that comes out of a coconut shell. When it comes to the flesh inside, a lot of our callers would have spoken about that, the meat. What is it that you can do with it? And there's different textures based on the age of the coconut and all that, where it's firmer or it's, very much thinner and more watery. Of course, there are coconuts that are very sweet, and there are those that are not so sweet, but at the end of the day, it's a refreshing drink. As I said before, it's an energy drink. Parents would give their children that to put back electrolytes in their body when they would have had diarrhea, or if they were sick and they have not eaten for a while, it rehydrates them. And when we talk about diseases that coconut jelly, however you want to put it, that is good for, things like bladder stones, like when you want to do like a bladder flush, you hear they talk a lot about using coconut water for people who have diabetes. It's said to help in the regulation of blood sugar, to lower it. Even the high cholesterol, scholar would have spoken earlier about the conjunctivitis, the red eyes. And I remember as a kid, I had red eye, and it was the young jelly in particular, that they would have put on like a flat plate, and you had to bend over that and blink your eye in it to wash your eye when you had conjunctivitis. And they said that it's good for weight loss as well. So these are some of the things. Y'all, Nala is coughing. Y'all think
coconut?
Be worried? That's the second time I hear a cough.
Coconut. You remember, guys, well, someone says everything you eat with coconut goes down well. Roast corn, coconut and bread, coconut and sugar, all of these things. But there is one thing.
Roast coconut.
Coconut and coconut and roast corn. That's what the person is saying. Yeah. But you long time when you want to catch a mice.
Yes.
And you roast a little piece of coconut. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Nothing smells good than a piece of roast coconut. When you set,
I love roast coconut.
When you set roast coconut, when you set it in a trap, every media trap flapping, you're holding mice for the whole night, because that scent from that roast coconut. I mean, definitely, it's not aroma. It's scent. The coconut scent. That's right. That's right. Right. Let's see. Someone says I'm not sure I understand that. Very young shoots of the branch is also edible cabbage. Well,
edible, yes.
Well, yeah, the person said so it's possible.
Yes.
Right. Someone said bush yam is the most stiff thing, then coconut. But also the we spoke about the flex, but you know the flex is also used in a religious kind of thing.
Particularly for the Shango.
Yes. I think they call that a chachare.
Yes.
In fact,
it looks kind of like a flex broom.
Right. They call that chachare.
Right.
Now, if somebody have a jocular, that is what you're using to get the jocular to go. Yes. That is what you're using to get the jocular to go. When you do your thing and you make your little thing and you give that person a few lash with that chachari, jocular gone.
Take your word for it.
The jocular, yeah, what you mean? Well, you know, jocular gone. So guys, let's I think we
have some comments. You want to take some of the comments?
Yes, let's take some of the comments and then we go to the telephone.
Yes, because we have quite a bit here. We have Tana is saying, Godfrey, you have to stop that. Where in Grenada you ever put 25 coconuts to a bottle of oil? I think Godfrey spent too much time in tongue, he forget country life. Tana is also saying, good night folks, we culture. Valerie is saying coconut shell jewelry is fabulous too. Leon, coconut oil is very good for skin problems. Val is also saying skin up and ginger, most stolen items. Okay. So Jesus. Okay, I'll just say Jesus. Jesus, people of Grenada, woe to all when you hear the leaders and those in high positions say BBB, deal back better. This will be the beginning of severe birth pains. Okay. And it's saying Build Back Better will usher in the one world religion and policies. It's also saying only way to escape the snare is giving your life to God and believe in his word, Jesus. Valerie saying we made little boats with the coconut shell using the flex for the sail. The branches can be for a fence. Yes. Maria is saying Doc is correct. When I was a young person in Grenada and oil dung produced oil at the bottom of the pot, there was no such thing as sauce. Val is saying there is also a type of bra with the bra cups made from the inner coconut shells. Yes, we see that on the Hawaiian themed thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Jesus is saying, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb. Lamb clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Revelation 7.
That person trying to baptize us, Reece. Let's move on.
I don't know what is happening here.
Well, no, when you leave it alone.
Oh, but he did say the best use ever for the palm and coconut branches. Roasted coconut to hold mice. That is from Tana. Valerie saying we use the flex to hold lizards by baking a lasso at the end. Valerie saying not baking, making. Okay. Tana is saying great feed for fowl and holding them to eat salsa used to make chip and fudge. Yes. So that's it.
Right. So let's go back to the telephone and see who's with us. We culture. Good evening.
Yeah, good night, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Now, coconut water and lemon juice and lime juice is very good, eh? Coconut water with lime juice or lemon juice on morning time, you want the best way to get this coconut water. You got better than the kid. Now, some of them dry along at the bottom of the pot, and some with gravy. Which is better along to use? Dry along or gravy along? Which is better along? When you make along the pot with coconut, then you usually throw the works away. So I try it at time and put back the hooks back in the pot. That is in real nice bowl. Put back the hooks in the pot and thing and like cook as they along go by and make it and thing is very nice and thing in the case, you know. But coconut oil benefits for mankind. You know? They tell us in the past that coconut oil is not good for mankind, but if you want to be slim and all, you go drink a spoon of coconut oil every morning and thing and you go slim, you go lose weight for you know. And you benefit otherwise and make it for your skin, you know. Coconut oil, you want to reach oil on the water, it's an olive oil.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much indeed. So the telephone number is 435-2041. You can give us a call and share with us what you know about the great coconut. We culture, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Yes, boy, coconut. Boy, I could remember the days of Paradise Estate. Man had to cut 1,500 coconut to make cupra. Godfrey was right. They just made cupra. Livingston first time he right. They just made cupra. But them people in our want to cut 1,500. I'll agar them. 1,500 coconut for the day work. And them women sit down and they take all the cupra in the shell. But Paradise Estate now had a big machine where they used to put the cupra in it, like to give it a little something before they put it in the sun or after when it come out in the sun, because they used to have plenty. So sometimes you are like 10 men cutting cupra in one day, and they have to cut over 1,500. And coconut teeth is the biggest teeth you have. Me never have a piece of land in Bonpandong, they can't even get a coconut. And Godfrey, 25 coconut, giving you 3 bottles of oil, according to the moon. Sometimes if the moon good, you might get a little more, and according to how you strain it. And let me tell those bakery and them outside there, don't take strained coconut and make cut cake and tart. It will choke you. You must have the substance in the coconut to make the cake. Anytime you strain coconut and make cake, it's choking you. I tell that bakery that the last time. He watched me in me. I said, I used to bake, you know. I said, we invent coconut tart and turnover. So when you hear you come in here with coconut and with turnover, you have to come good. Don't strain coconut and make cake. It will choke you. And you have a lot of things. Coconut make mattress, mad broom, coconut boat, chip. Oh God, when the chip brown, we used to buy my smaller dog down there. It used to taste real good. And you have a lot of things coconut could make. And, yeah, real thing. Coconut oil. If you have a child of fever, and you bathe that child with from head to foot with coconut oil, he got in the fever. No for now. I experienced that with children already. And you give them a little bit to drink. Coconut oil is medication, is food, is remedy, is everything when you think about it. And best thing for you to roast your breadfruit. Anyway, good night.
Okay, my darling. All the best. Debbie. All the best. Yes, indeed. All right.
You know, Godfrey, I wanted to show something there before you go onto the line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, we had the dwarf, and the dwarf is generally for just, well, what we know is water.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if anybody ever used the dry dwarf to make coconut oil. That just a tap. Just use the dwarf to make coconut.
I mean, I don't know if anybody has done it, but I don't see any reason why it cannot be done. Because I mean, if once it's dry, I mean, I guess he would get the.
But I think there is a belief that it gives out less. So it's almost like a waste of time. So that is why I was asking. So maybe a caller might chime in if somebody ever tried it.
All right, let's go back to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Well,
okay, you need to call could you turn the volume of your radio or whatever device you're listening to? Turn it down and listen to us on the telephone.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, the dwarf coconut. You don't use dwarf coconut to make oil. People don't use dwarf coconut to make oil. And coconut, you could get 3 bottles of oil from 25 coconut. It depends on the type of coconut. Before time, my mother used to say, when you get coconut by the bay, you have more oil than the other flat land. Coconut by the bay have a lot of oil. So when you get your coconut by the bay, you grate your coconut, at least 25 coconut, you get about 3 and some bottle of oil. So when Godfrey said 10 coconut give you a bottle of oil, that is not true. You get 2 to 3 bottle of oil with 25 coconuts. And coconut, I don't hear nobody talking about the food part of the coconut. We used to make rice porridge. And you know when you make your rice porridge, you get a half-grain coconut, and you put that in that porridge. And you used to use dry milk, not Nestle's milk, dry milk to put in coconut in the rice porridge, and you sweeten that piece of brown sugar, nothing nice more than that. Before that, that used to give us like the parents. And even milk porridge, you put a little milk in corn milk porridge too.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, so now we know about coconut. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to find out if they ever tried using the dwarf. They say you cannot use dwarf. coconut, but I want to know if anybody have actually tried it and what was the
Yes,
result.
to try it. He don't make oil. He don't make plenty oil. Livingston, calling from River Sally.
All right, Carla. All right, all the best. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Hey.
I want to, before you go to the telephone, I want to just take a millisecond to answer Livingston. With this thing talking about dwarf, you see the lady killing herself laughing. I mean, this is thing to laugh. I mean, come on. Dwarf is short tree. That's why they call it dwarf. Right? So if a dwarf had to stay until you could pick it to make oil, it means that you need a jail. I mean, how you live in a dwarf? Livingston, the only reason why coconut ending up to be coconut is because them tree tal. If them coconut tree are short, you having dry coconut too. Everybody picking it before you dry. So I don't even see how people go attempt really to make oil with dwarf. Dwarf don't reach quite it.
Dwarf get a drink before he eat on
Anyway, let's go back to the telephone. We called you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Well, they just asking the question about the coconut oil if you do make oil with the dwarf. The answer is yes. I used about 14 dwarf about 2 weeks ago, the dry one, and I get 1 bottle of oil.
So you're getting less oil from the dwarf?
Well, I'm not sure if you're getting less or more, but I'll tell you what happened. I used 14 of the dwarf coconut, the dry one, and I get a bottle of oil.
Okay.
But Carla, is that the first time you made oil?
No.
Huh?
No, it's not the first time I make oil.
But have you ever used the regular coconut before? So
yes, I use the regular coconut just the same. But it will be less of the regular coconut.
Okay, so then you don't get as much oil from the yeah. Okay, thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
All right. Somebody asked, all you ever sit down and watch mice try to thief roast coconut from the trap? It wasn't say they did, and it's real kicks.
Okay.
Let's go back to the telephone. We call you. Good evening.
Godfrey?
Right.
Thank God I get you tonight. All your program, I can't get you at all, and most of them have interesting thing to tell you all.
Well, tell us.
What I'm telling you, well, listen. I tell you first about the guy that climbed the coconut tree and peeling coconut. That guy had no experience. I could tell you right now, you have a guy in St. David's, we just call him Monkey. But I see a fella one time, he didn't see me, he climbed and he peeled in the coconut and the tree. And the owner was coming. When he see the owner coming, he bent 2 branches, Godfrey, and branch on another tree. Next side, he branched on the tree. You understand? Coconut is a very good product. What the young lady said? She crung the whole matter. Scholar, dwarf coconut tree could make oil. Before our parents used to tell us about what? Jelly can make oil. I joke. And the lady points some good points, because I was to tell you all that the only thing you all didn't mention about the coconut skin, right? When you cut the coconut, the skin, man, you can make balls with it. You're making balls with it, you know. You're making balls with the skin. And the little bead, what most vendors are selling for the tourists. Okay, using that bead to make the eye for the bird. Also, the don't talk about bangle and different other things. And you all have a good program, but sometimes I want to make good points. If when you all talk about the yam, man, you have all type of yam. and we'll talk about the mango again. I tried to get all you, and I can't get all you. I call him from St. David's, and what doctor me very good. I see when he's selling downtown. By my voice, this is speak of that doc. So coconut is very, very good. Very good.
Okay, thank you very much, caller.
All right.
All right, good. Mm-hmm. All right. So scholar, you could make all the dwarf.
Dwarf making dwarf island.
Well, yeah. You have to put when you make all the dwarf, you have to put every some short bottles. You have to put every short. You know the red stripe bottle and them short bottles.
So getting 3 bottles out of 25, but that is 3 small bottles.
I tell you what cider bottle I was talking about, you still go back on that bottle thing, eh? Or cider, you know what Pierre Jackson cider? Anyway, let's go back to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Hello, good night, Godfrey.
Good night.
And everyone. Liga.
Okay, could you turn down the volume of your radio, please, so we can hear you well? All right, yeah.
Who is Liga now?
Godfrey. You know who?
Godfrey, Liga.
Okay, then.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One in the dark water cell in the car park. This one is Liga.
What? The one that is selling the car park is illegal.
Yeah. Godfrey, you know anything about the coolie grater?
Well, if we're thinking about the same thing, yes. That's the one where you use is that the one where you use the piece of cutlass and you use that to grate the coconut?
Yeah, you have to grate the coconut half.
Yeah, and then you use that. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are not here the color I got it.
Sit on the cutlass, the coolie grater, and grate your coconut.
Mm-hmm.
And why the dwarf coconut not making plenty oil? Because the jelly already, so it's not hard as the other hard steamed coconut.
Okay. Thank you, caller.
You get 10 coconut, 1 bottle of oil.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome.
Right, mm-hmm.
Godfrey.
Yeah.
I don't know what knob you juke there, but we didn't hear that color. I find it cute. I find we got to start to call you Nabot.
But Nabot already.
What are you
Nabot already. No, the caller asked about the coolie grater. All you know about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the cutlass. That's the original thing, and you psh, 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 psh. Yeah, and then she said the most important, she said the one that is selling in the market, that's illegal. Yes, she made that very clear.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Yeah, I don't hear you all talk of the coconut bat to play cricket in.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier.
You mentioned earlier.
Yes, we did.
That's where I use it to make my real feel, you know, in the cricket. We make me nice coconut bat, man. Yeah. And even as little children, we use it to ride this coconut bat down through the cocoa.
Yes, indeed.
All of these things and them in coconut have so many meaning.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, that's all I have to say for tonight, man.
Okay. Thank you.
My real knock in cricketing with Ghost Pond Road.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Doc, let me ask you. I don't know if you ever did it, but we sail on the canal. And the coconut branch, you call the coconut branch with all them flecks, and you sit down on that, and down the road, you go.
I didn't even know you used to go in the canal.
Doc, I tell you, I no more thing than you. You don't feel the difference with me and you. I used to dream it for myself. I used to dream it with friends. I used to dream it for myself. So
No, but that one you just mentioned, that one comes from the deep archive because I actually have no clue. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that one come out real deep. That one come out real deep from the archive. Yes.
You go and you let go that water. Down the road you go, you straight down. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening. Hello?
Yes, howdy.
Okay.
Let's learn something tonight now. Let's learn something together, you know. Coconut really have leaves, not branches. What we call branches is really the leaves, All right. Suzanne, good evening, good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay, but you know, Doc, if you didn't put a coconut branch in the canal and you sit on the branch, if you sit on just so without the branch, when you come out of your pants are bottom,
Well, the woman just said you don't have branches, leaves.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
That is in England.
Well, I don't understand that. I
know.
And the caller WhatsApp about my phone. That same thing. And the caller found dying. I ain't say nothing. Dying, but
no, she's correct. But she's correct English.
Yes, of course. I mean, this is that we culture. It's coconut. Whenever a young child will tell you about coconut leaves, coconut branch.
Well, as a matter of fact, what we call it flex. Flex is part of the leaf.
Yeah, well, of course.
But we don't know about that flex. I don't know.
So what the flex is attached to? What do you call that?
That is what I don't know. Find that part of the leaf.
So the flex attached to the leaf.
That is what I find, but well, that is how we have it. The coconut leaf is what you take out and you cut out to get the flex.
You're right, that's a good thing. That's the leaf. That's the leaf.
But if you look at a flower, right? The regular flower plant, like let us say like the flamboyant. And the flamboyant tree has the branches and then the leaves. The coconut, what we now calling the coconut branch, is actually the same makeup as the actual flamboyant leaves. So I believe that the color is making that correction generally, as that what they have is leaves. Although locally we call it branches. So I think I stand and believe what the color is saying. You probably seem to know the person know what they are talking about.
No, I'm not denying that, and I don't disagree, you know, and that's the point in the context of which we're speaking.
Yeah. So I think we just take it for what it is, and we just
no problem there. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
The leaves, the branch, and the flakes. That is what we think. And we used to use the leaf, the branch, the coconut branch, to drag down the hill. And when you drag down the hill and the pieces of flakes go up in your bottom, your mother used to bend you over and pull out the piece of flakes. That ever happened to you, Livingston?
No.
And you're balling because that piece of flakes is right up in your bum there, and in your bottom there, and it can't come out.
Yeah, we didn't skate on that, we had cats.
Yeah, cats. Yes, what we used to call we used to use the breadfruit and we grease it and we going down the hill. But I used to drag on the flex. We have a place in Vincent we used to call Majuba in Champlain, a hill. So we take in the coconut branch now and we going up on top the hill. And then we used to be pulling down one another. But when telling you that, when that piece of flex go up in that bam day, you're afraid to go home and talk and say anything, because tell you, say, they go bend you over and take out that piece of flex in your bam day. That is what you call days. Good days.
Okay, thank you, caller. Someone said growing up we used to take the dry branches and make skate down the hill.
Same thing the person saying.
Yeah. No, of course. When you sit down, somebody pulling you and you
down.
Yeah, or depending on how high the hill you skate down for yourself. Someone says the leaf is on the flex, and the flex is on the stem, and the stem is on the branch, and the branch is on the tree. We culture. Scholar, since before you go ask your question, you don't answer me.
Now pig water, I can make it pig water.
It's not pig water.
What?
Dirty water.
Yeah, the dirty water.
That is dirty water, every pig.
But dirty water is for pig.
And then you mix in that, you put in all kind of whole thing in that, breadfruit skin and...
You put all kind of any other thing you have in it and that is pig,
that is dirty water. And you're good to go. Let's get back to the telephone. Hey? No, duck and that. Duck and I'm pig. Duck a lot bigger.
I was a shark.
It was a giant truth. Let's go back to the telephone. We culture, good evening.
Good night, Godfrey.
Good night.
Yeah, let us deal with the flex first. The flex is the kind of boat that is on the leaves, and that's why we don't make kite with to fly. That is when it dry, you take it and you make the frame for the kite. And the next thing again on Palm Sunday, we still do it. Take the leaves and make a cross. You call it palm on Palm Sunday. Everybody have one, right? And then we again, when already tourist season closed right now. But anyway, we just take the straw and make hats for them tourists, right? So that is all I know with the coconut and so on about the leaves. And not more. Anything more, well, stand by listening. So back to you on the air.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Paula. All right. 435-204. Let's get back to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, well, the part of the coconut, the people are talking about that, the eating, that is in the middle where all the branches join together. Then when you cut down a tree and you open you get it like it sounds like it's like the cabbage. Then the coconut, when we're talking about the coconut oil, if we realize that the coconut is like you have a lot of different chemists, different boilers. The coconut oil too, some people I don't even know when you can't keep it. After you strain it and you put it into set, can't go too close to it with fresh thing like fish, right? And then the other things people just add to the coconut oil. That's why I say a lot of different coconut oil have different flavors. And if you boil the coconut oil like 3 days before full moon and 4 days before full moon, you're getting a lot of oil. And then same thing, 3 and 4 days after full moon, same thing, you get oil. The one they call in cornmeal is the same one we call cupra. That's the same thing, the cupra, when it's shaking in the shell, you cut that. And like the one you said, we used to do that too, although you're cutting the coconut in two, or you're putting it to dry to sell to the factory as cupra for making oil, for making soap and so forth. But generally speaking, by listening to all the different things that a coconut tree can do, a coconut can do, is we should really have a big factory here with producing so much things on coconut. We should have one place producing all these things from coconut. And when you have from growing up, I know when you have a coconut in the house, you don't want to have meat, you must have meat. Because if you only have a pound of flour, you just grate a coconut and you make your dumpling, you could put some in the flour and then you make a sauce. Coconut and broth, very nice. Your rice and coconut, that was an everyday food. I think that is what I didn't know pilau. I know about coconut and rice, so I think that used to be the whole holidays pilau, coconut and rice. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. All right, 435-204, and that's the number you can call. We culture. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good night, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, the same coconut leaf, you could strip it off the flakes and you put all together, you could make a broom out of it to sweep the house. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thanks a lot indeed, yes. All right, we're going again, 435-2041. Let's go back. We call Chuck, good evening. Hello. Hello. All right.
Godfrey?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Well, let me give you something new.
Caller, you need to speak up. We can hardly hear you.
I'm giving you something new. You see, when you put...
Caller, we're not hearing you, you know. You need to speak up a little louder.
Talk about the irrigator. We put the coconut in 2 hours. After you took out the food from the square. I want to give you something new. You put the portion from the square and it is the feather. Every portion with the 3 holes is here.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I couldn't hear a word the caller was saying. Couldn't hear anything at all. Yeah, couldn't hear anything that he was saying. All right. Reece, you have any more comments on the YouTube?
Yes. Yes, we do. We have Tana is saying fiber is used to make mattress and pillow. Valerie is saying camphor with coconut oil to rub for the flu. Tana again, coconut shell used to make different crafts for tourists, toothbrush holders, birds, drinking cups, just to name a few. He's also saying that for the people who making oil and want to make tarts to sell, please stop squeezing out all the cream from the coconut and making hooks and sugar, which makes the tart dry, and only sugar and essences. And sell it for us when we come to take back in the diaspora. They have to stop. I am putting them on notice tonight. Tana is also saying we use the branch to make a task to ride in the pasture, greasing it with old breadfruit to get a smooth ride. Mabel is saying, but many leaves form branches, no big deal. Tana, the flex used for kites and to make broom to sweep the yard. He's also saying, please ask the panel what they most enjoyed about coconut in it. Anything with coconut is a booster, big facts. So again, our viewers they want to know from each of us what they enjoy most having coconuts in it. So who wants to go first?
Doc, Doc, you want to go first?
No, I didn't really get that clearly. I think I missed that one.
Okay, it's like, what is it that what maybe food you like that has coconut in it? What is the food that you like most that has coconut in it?
Pigeon to the bone, I love.
I like cook up. I like cook up. Yes, a coconut in it.
Why is cook up?
Well, actually, defend on that.
Cook up, she doesn't know how to raw.
Y'all don't know this cook up?
Cook up is raw.
Well, maybe
when I tell you what I know is cook up, it might be something different somewhere else. Like cold. Well, cook up is like rice. It's almost like pilau in a way, but not brown. So it's like rice with cabbage, the vegetables and thing, coconut milk, saltfish. That's cook up.
That's cook up, right?
So you might put vegetables like green peas and corn and those things, but it has a cabbage and the coconut milk is a staple in it.
That's the flavor.
And you have salt. Yes, so that's cook up. So it's kind of like a pilau, but it's not meat and it's not brown.
Scott, how is your favorite?
I say coconut bakes.
Coconut bakes?
I like the coconut bakes, yeah, you mean?
Yeah, coconut.
So the one with him.
Coconut bakes, you are going to
You used to like coconut bakes.
I used to like the coconut bakes, but why the truth is that I don't eat much thing with coconut in it now.
Well, I'm
just know when you rather ask what
coconut don't agree with your belly, yeah?
What does he eat?
Yeah, I don't.
Imagine you have to feed Scala.
Well,
that's a real thing. That's a real task.
No.
I know headache. One said that thing I eat in it.
I don't find that a task. Just don't feed him.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Scala, you ever hear about the Hallelujah food?
Yeah.
Ever heard of the Hallelujah food? Well, there's this second Adventist that actually kind of try to perfect that, but people like I friend them used to do that uncook, so you don't get any complication with the oil and all those things and then and the sickness. So like beans and things, you should just chew on it. Okras raw.
I eat okra raw.
Your son, you dashing, your son, you green planting. So you get rid of all the oil and those contents on them, and you eat your food raw as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say it's full of antioxidants.
Traumatized Godfrey there,
we see that may be removing the meat from it, and that make him give him indigestion.
Godfrey, what you talking there?
Man, somebody say you have a fella, a Gradian fella that scrape a coconut, and he tell a white man that's a horse egg. So,
a horse egg?
What somebody else say? I guess when he scrape out all the brown from it, he white. So he tell him there's a horse egg. Somebody say put crayfish, kakado, crab, blogo, and what is that? I wonder if it's okra she mean by. And uku, a red seed in the pot we call warap. That tastes good. Yeah, and if you put you make it all oil long and you put that to crayfish in that, no problem. Somebody asked if you ever try coconut in macaroni pie.
No.
Someone says, I know cook up as rice, seasoning, saltfish, string beans, cabbage, carrots, pak choy, okra with coconut milk. Indeed, it's very delicious.
Yes.
Right. So let's take at least another call or two, and then we will wrap for this evening. We culture. Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, caller. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. I'm Godfrey, the greatest coconut thief that I've ever seen is this gentleman that he cut the 3 branches from a coconut tree and he tied it around his waist so he will move step by step so no one will see him. He takes his time and he walks slowly to the coconut tree. And he will climb the coconut tree with the branches tied around him so it looks like a coconut tree itself. So people will not recognize him. And he will pick the coconut and he will come down slowly. But do you know, one day the man catch him and he end up in hospital with his 2 hands up on a sling in the hospital because the man beat him so badly on that hand that his hand got broken. And the 2 of them up on a sling in the hospital, lying on the hospital bed. That was the greatest coconut thief that I've ever known about.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take one more call before we wrap for this evening. Let's go to the telephone. We culture. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Coconut tree is a good thing. People used to take the branches and cover houses and used to sleep in it comfortably, though licking. All over, partly all over Grenada, people used to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. All right, well, that was our final call, guys. we can go on talking about coconut for. I mean, there's so much you can do with coconut. Even some of the exotic drinks that we make nowadays, coconut water and rum is a big thing. So there's a lot, and you can go all different foods. Some people, you put a little coconut water in your pale ale, it gives it a really good taste. So coconut in. That coconut milk, it is so rich, it's so tasty that you can do every and anything with it. So guys, it was a pleasure again. Let me give you guys a few minutes just to wrap for this evening. Doc?
Well, let me just say, I got a message here from a friend, Francis, out of St. Vincent, who alluded to the fact that that the same Francis Pebberton, that is the same way they think about making oil. That when you cook it, when you boil it during the full moon, you tend to get more. I think that all the time we had lost an ideal opportunity here that, I talk about St. Vincent Day, to go on a major replanting. And earlier this week, I had a conversation with some very important persons. And we recognize that we in Grenada, we missed a real opportunity. And we never had a serious replanting since Ivan destroyed many of the coconuts. And just recently, we had to be importing. I'm talking about just 5-6 months ago for December, as much as 6,000 and 7,000 coconuts coming out of St. Vincent up to this time. And that is a real travesty that we have to be doing that. But what is making a rebound, what is coming to the fore in Grenada is that Grenadians are using more and depending more on recognizing the use of coconut water more and more. And so individuals like myself and a lot of other farmers have been going on a drive to plant dwarf coconut trees in order to get the coconut water that is now making a kind of serious dent in Grenada. The beetles is one of the main pests that is actually destroying those dwarf trees. But what I really want to bring home is that coconut, it is so unique, it is so important in our way of life, and we just never really went on a serious replanting, which would help in terms of the soil retention, etc., decrease erosion, but also create a serious industry for us and save us from all this importation of our funds to other islands. So I just want to say that, so in a nutshell, we just missed an opportunity, but on the other hand, we are now individuals are planting a lot of the dwarf to kind of compensate on one side while we're losing on the other side. So that's it.
All right. Reece?
Well, I think of all the foods that we've spoken about, yam, mangoes, what was it last time?
Breadfruit.
The breadfruit, yeah. I think the coconut, to me, is the one that probably has the most versatility, because we use every aspect of it and for so much, from the playing of childhood games to what we use for the fiber, what we do with the fiber, the hard shell, the meat, the water, the different textures, the different grades, the different levels. I mean, to me, there's so much that we get out of coconut. And coconut is like, it's kind of like a king, because it has stood the test of time. It has been battered, it has been thrown off the shelf like it's no good, it's harmful, and here it is back, being that thing that even in this time of COVID and talking about our immunity and our digestive systems and all that, we hear in coconut coming up a lot, coconut oil. So I think I'm glad that we got the opportunity tonight to talk about this, to put it into perspective and to learn things that we didn't know about coconut from our viewers as well. So I'm looking forward. I'm happy again to have a relaxing night. The weeks continue to be tough, and Friday is look forward to. Sometimes I don't always come on with the fervor that I would have had before, but as soon as the program starts, you just start getting all relaxed and you realize you already needed this as much as the viewers needed. So have a good weekend, guys. You are not in captivity this weekend. You get to go out a bit. You get to go on the beach. People like me who can't do this early morning, 5 to 10. I now get to go on the beach on Saturday, on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. So have a good weekend. Scholar, I hope you feel better soon. Wear your mask.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finley.
Yeah, well, I want to join with Doc and Reece and take this slant actually that they have taken, but in a different kind of way. This is we culture, and I think that the coconut has been an important part of our culture for a very long time. And as Reece said, it's endearing. I mean, we still have a lot of things, but from our discussions tonight, we realize that quite a bit as it relates to the coconut has also been lost. I think science and modern times have caught up, you know, and so guys, you wouldn't find guys making coconut bath anymore. I mean, no man have boat bath and you wouldn't buy a bath. You go and buy a bath, and fellas have like a stumps and so on because the coconut branch was actually the stump.
It was the wicked, yeah.
Right, guys, that was the wicked. So a lot of things as it relates to the coconut, it has been lost, but a lot has remained. I mean, all of the games that we used to play with the coconut, you'll find that unless, of course, they can take these games, this same coconut and them and put them in computer, then these games will be lost because the children don't have time for this kind of thing again. And so this, I think, is how we have to look at it and how we have to compare culturally what has happened with us and the coconut. In 1994, I think, no, not that, 1992, I went to St. Vincent for about 3 weeks. We had a symposium up there, I think it was a school thing, and we stayed in St. Vincent for some time. And we did some tours and so on, and I marvel, since back then, I think we did a tour, and as far as we drive in, I mean, you just see coconut. Acres and acres of coconut. And I wondered to myself, you know, because I knew that in Grenada, I mean, you don't have that. You see a coconut tree here, you see some bush, and a coconut tree and bush, and you one coconut tree. And it tells you how far we have come as a nation in terms of backpedaling, right? It tells you how far we have come backpedaling because we had, I mean, all of these experiences with drying coconut, and that's why I don't blame Reece for not knowing that he didn't have, they could make copra. I mean, because nobody's making copra now. Who's making copra now? Yeah, because what you do in copra right now, but in back then that we had our soap factory and all this kind of thing.
Mama soap.
Copra. Yeah, and we had things. So boy, we have backpedaled so far, and it tells you the importance that we have placed on agriculture, really, and all of these products and so on. These things
the lack of importance.
Yes, they no importance whatsoever. And this is what this program, I think, has driven home more than anything else. That while we speak in glowing terms about the culture of coconut, but my daughter and maybe Reece's daughter and so on, a lot of the things that we have spoken about tonight, they don't know it. They just don't know.
Definitely so. Guys, just before we go, you all knew coconut had a nickname, right? As well. We learned last week that breadfruit was called cow.
Right.
Yeah, coconut had a name. I don't know if you all remember it, but coconut was.
Remember that.
Coconut used to. So what's the name of coconut? What's coconut name?
Jericho, man.
Jericho. Yes.
Jericho.
Doc, you remember that?
Jericho?
Yeah, coconut was called Jericho.
Jericho was coconut?
Yeah. Actually, well, from what I know, it wasn't something from way back, you know.
So breadfruit was Jericho?
No, breadfruit was cow.
I thought it was.
Breadfruit was cow. Fig was open bat. Blogger was Moko. Yeah, coconut.
You know, I know we ended, Godfrey, we ended there. But there is something I actually wanted to do at the beginning and I did not. But I just wanted the listeners to listen. There is this song by Harry Belafonte, Coconut Woman. And he has this song that was glorious. I mean, he speaks of coconut so highly. Coconut Woman is coming down and everywhere you can hear. Coconut water is good for your daughter and blah, blah, blah. And I thought we were going to start this program by exploring the lyrics and its meaning, because I questioned in my mind what all this boast about and if it is real. But anyway, the program is ended, but you can listen on your own.
Oh yes, definitely from the YouTube channel.
Yeah, listen on your own Harry Belafonte, the coconut song, and see if there is any truth or merit to what he's saying about the coconut.
Right. Yes. So guys, that's it for this evening. Yes, it's coconut water good for your back. Good for everything. Oh, and somebody mentioned the rice log. Remember we were talking about Tanya log? Somebody mentioned rice log, you know, they call it porridge, but it's actually a rice log. Because we established once you put coconut water, there's a log thing coming. Anyway. Anyway, guys. Thank you. No, somebody had put it up on the WhatsApp, you know. So that when you were using coconut water, that's what makes the difference. So folks, we thank you very much for your calls, your contribution, our friends on YouTube. Again, we apologize for not being able to bring you the program on our Facebook page. Hopefully, we should have that rectified for our next program. So we do apologize again. But thank you so very much, and we look forward to coming back next week for another Week Culture. Fellas, we're getting close to October 19th, you know. What are you saying?
I mean, it's a nice topic to touch.
So fellas, have a good one. All the best. Well, Doc, tomorrow you will do a thing. Movement. Movement. Okay, folks, thank you very much. That's it. Do have yourself a good night. I'll be with you tomorrow from 2 o'clock. And of course, we're going to have a great afternoon together. So until then, do take care.
Oh.